Hello there, this is DBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8. And today, December 24th, I'm gonna be driving the most Christmassy car in the entire game. That's right, the Triion Nemesis. Now you might be wondering, hey DBT, what makes this the most Christmassy car? Well, don't worry, you'll find out in a second. But before I get into it, if you enjoy my content, you know what to do. Please hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel to continue to grow, it keeps me going, and it allows me to continue making this content for you. So if you want to see some more Asphalt 8 right here, let me know by hitting that like button and subscribing. And as a quick announcement, tomorrow on the 25th, I will be doing a special holiday live stream here in the channel, where I'll be playing some Asphalt 8, some Asphalt Legends, and other games as well. It's gonna be a chill stream, and the idea is that if you find yourself on a December 25th without anything to do because it's a lazy day, people are sleeping, maybe they're hungover or whatever, and you're like, man, what do I do? Well, you could always tune into the live stream because DBT will be live. So there it is, a little bit of an invitation. But anyway, let's talk about the topic of today, the Triion Nemesis and the Christmassy thing. Now you can see that I already put the somewhat Christmas-like outfit for my avatar, just because, you know, it is the season and all of that. But really, what makes the Triion Nemesis the Christmassy car, DBT? Would you answer that already? All right, fine. Now, if you're not familiar with this car at all, Class S car 1860, it's not particularly relevant because it's not on sale or anything like that, but still. I was looking for a car that I could drive that had anything to do with Christmas or somewhat related to that, and I could not find one except that if you paint the car green and then you spend 200 vouchers, you can make your car look like Christmas. Right? No? Come on. Listen, there's not really anything Christmassy in this game as far as I know, but this is the closest that I could get it. It has the Christmassy colors with the green, red, white. It even has these little squares in colors, which makes me think like either confetti or maybe even, you know, like boxes, like gift boxes. So, hey, come on. I know it's a stretch, all right? I don't deny it, but hey, that's the best I could do. Now, this is not gonna be a protest of the car. I've done that last year. I'll put the link in the top right if you want to watch that. So instead, the idea of this video is simply to play with this in Master Season a little bit because, hey, I need to rank up, and why not drive this thing in that game mode that I never really play in videos over here. How does that sound for a plan? Let's see what we can do. Now, you may be aware that I'm not a big fan of Master Season. So maybe you're thinking, but DBT, why do you want to play this? Don't you say that you find this boring and all of that? It is true. To this day, I continue to find Master Season really boring, but now I do have an actual reason to be playing Master Season, and I think I talked about this at some other point in the past, but basically it has to do with the fact that Gameloft from time to time has been dropping some interesting cars in the multiplayer shop. You know, the one where you use the multiplayer badges and all of that, and normally that shop would be limited to only rather offering cars of a maximum rank of 1860. But as of late, they have also made available, rarely, some 1861 cars, but man, they are really expensive. And while I do have a bunch of this currency to buy one of those cars, I really want to have enough of this currency to buy two of them. Now, there's not a ton of cars that I would be inclined to buy for that insane high price, because as far as I know, regular 1860 cars in that shop sell for like what? Up to 80,000 at the highest, I think. I'm not even sure. I think there's an offer for the Arash AF10 for 100,000, but you know, that's an ultimate, so there's that. But no, the 1861 cars have been going precisely at about 100,000. About 100,000 of that currency, and they're not ultimate cars, so it's really expensive. But there's a couple that I would like to get. Alright, I did get a first place again. This is Master Season, so take these W's with a huge grain of salt because it's Master Season. So it really is currently on my best interest to get as many of these multiplayer coins as I can in order to have enough currency to buy two cars. Now, why two cars? Which two cars are you aiming for, DBT? None in particular. Now, granted, if they were to sell the Temerario and the, what is it called? The Authentica, two Lambos that I don't have, then yeah, of course, I would like to get those. But the reason why I want to have enough to buy two cars is basically to have a bit of a, what would you call it, a cushion of the currency in case I buy one car that I was interested on, and then soon after they make another car available that I would also like to get. Because the way that my logic goes is, let's think that they sell the Pagani Utopia, which is a car that I would like to get to complete my Pagani collection. And I get the Pagani Utopia, and then I don't have any more of the currency, or I don't have enough to buy a second car. And then soon after, they make available the Temerario. Imagine the pain that would be for DBT. They're like, no, what do you mean? I spent on the Utopia, and now because of that, I cannot get my Lambo. That's ridiculous. Now, granted, I guess the safer move would be to only spend if they make available the Utopia, the Temerario, when they make available the Lambos, rather than anything else. But the reality is that there's a bunch of other cars that I would also like to get simply for collection value. So that's why I'm thinking like, all right, I want to have enough so that I can buy a car that really catches my eye, even if it's not a Lambo. And then if a Lambo drops, I still have enough to buy it. That is my whole logic as to why I need to get a bunch of this currency. So yes, I did get beaten by a Sportline Pagani Huayra BC, and man, now that I've played more and I've encountered more of these sport lines, I'm getting more of an idea of their general performance, even though I don't own them. And I have some thoughts, but that will have to be for another video. Oh boy, Alps. I don't know why the more that I've played Alps, the worse I get at it. That happened to me with Rio de Janeiro, though by now I think I've gotten over it. I think Rio de Janeiro I can do relatively right again in it. It happened to me on Dubai as well. Now it's Alps. Now I fear anytime that I race on Alps because I just know that it's gonna go terrible. But anyway, oh yeah, there's a sport line again, and ooh, is that a... oh, what is that red car even called? I forgot. Not the Spada. Oh, the Weber faster one. There we go. Right, I remembered. But yeah, so that is the whole reason as to why I've been playing a bit more of Master Season. I used to play Master Season every time that there was a Treasure Rush in order to get the dice for it. But as of late, I don't really need to focus so much on Treasure Rush because I never win a car in Treasure Rush. And while the direct upgrades that you can get from it are useful and all of that, I do have a ton of direct upgrades, so even that is no longer for me, for DBT exclusively, no longer that much of a draw. Now, I still think people should still do it if you're aiming to get your direct upgrades and, oh, Jesus Christ, and whatnot. I run out of Night Command. The Nitro on this thing is not particularly good, I'll tell you that. So yeah, if you're aiming for direct upgrades, yeah, sure. Get as many dices as you can, but in my case, it's no longer that important. So I have not finding myself, I had past tense, not been finding myself playing a whole lot of Master Season, even with the Treasure Rushes. But now, ever since Gameloft started making these cars available in the multiplayer shop, I'm like, ooh, I need more of that currency. And it's kind of funny because now that I know that I want to have some more of that currency, in Treasure Rush, I'm no longer buying dices for the multiplayer coins. Because early, before, when I had already acquired all of the up to 1860 cars that were made available in the shop, when it was a very specific rotation of cars, I had already gotten all of those cars, so the currency was completely useless to me. So I'm like, well, at least I'll use it to buy the daily dice in Treasure Rush for that currency. Nowadays, I'm not doing that. Now I only claim my free dice, my 2 free dices, one from VIP, the other one for, the regular free dice, and that's it. That's all I get. And obviously also the dice from multiplayer. No, the point is that I'm not spending the currency anymore because I'm trying to save. And man, it definitely takes a long time to save that currency, but I'm here for the grind a little bit. And like I said, this has given me a bit of a reason to play Master Season again. And like I said at the very start of this video, I still find it very boring. I still don't love Master Season, specifically because if you want to get results, you want to go for Class S. So forget about all of the other classes. You gotta focus on Class S in order to get the best results, and that's a and yeah, that's what kind of makes it boring. Not kind of, quite a bit. All right, 1425. I ranked up. Let's go. Now, I'm gonna contradict myself here for a second because I have said in the past that in order to find some fun in Master Season, what I like doing is not bringing Class S, but instead bring something like Class A. Oh god, the firecrackers are gonna start again. Sorry. In the background, you might hear some explosions. Don't worry. I'm okay. It's just that, again, because it's December 24th over here, people are doing firecrackers, really loud explosions, and I hate it so much. Poor pets, they suffer from explosions. People don't do firecrackers, come on. But anyway, yeah, so that might be picked up by the microphone. I hope it's not too annoying, but it is what it is. All day it's been like that. I've been looking for a good moment to record, and no matter what time I want to do it, it still happens, so here we are. But anyway, yes, I was saying, another way, or a way that I find to have a little bit of fun in Master Season is to bring Class A and fight with it against Class S, and it can get interesting because, oh my god, I did beat a bunch of Class S and all of that stuff, right? So you might be thinking, DBT, then why aren't you doing this? Why are you complaining that this is so boring? And because people only focus on Class S, and now you're bringing only Class S. Well, hypothetical person that is asking this question, it's because I'm recording. No, not really. I mean, yes, because I wanted to drive this car, the Christmassy car and all of that. But no, the reality is also because I'm trying to rank up, like I said earlier. And in trying to rank up, the most efficient way to rank up is to bring the things that are going to give you the best results. Now, granted, I could be driving my best cars in order to get even best results, but I still wanted to go for somewhere in the middle. And like I said, I was aiming for the quote-unquote Christmassy car, but, it's fine. And once again, I'm not lying either when I said that I really was looking for something that was somewhat Christmassy. And that is because I went through a bunch of cars having a look at the color options and all of that to see what else looked kind of Christmassy. And we did find, and I say we because we were actually doing that on Discord yesterday. We did find a couple of cars that did look somewhat Christmassy in general, that had red and green, or white and red, and green and white, things like that. But this is the one. Well, there were a couple others that also had these three colors. For example, the Pagani Zonda. It has the Italian flags. Obviously, it's the three colors. But, that's a different theme. There's a couple cars like that, right? But I thought that this is the one that looked most Christmassy of all. Because like I said at the start, it has this kind of festive look to it with the confetti-like shapes. Or like I said, maybe gift boxes. Who knows? Whatever it is. But yeah, this is the most Christmassy that I could do. And at the end of the day, this is a car that I don't tend to drive a lot in the game. So hey, why not? While we're here, might as well. And I thought of making this a protest, but really I wanted this to be a different video. While it's still obviously racing, because that's what we do over here, I want it to be a somewhat more chill video where I just get to hang around and just, talk about some random nonsense and just doing some races without stressing about like, oh my god, my result. Why did my livery... Wow, this looks terrible. Super low quality. Look at this. Wow. It almost looks like the Android version. Huh? Not this to the Android version, but you know what I'm talking about. You probably know. Ooh, and we're in the Viterra 9. Let's go. I'm gonna try to get a W over here simply because it's my track, so why wouldn't I? But yeah, and again, I am not a very religious person or anything, so I don't really go for the whole thing of Christmas. Obviously, I do have my dinner with family and things like that, right? But in general, it's not like, oh, it's because of this and that. Nah, I don't know. Seriously, what's going on with my decal? It looks so incredibly low quality now. What is going on? So yeah, again, the whole thing of making this Christmassy, it's really just about like, it's kind of like when we did the live stream of, what was it? The St. Patrick's Day. Like, I got no relation to St. Patrick's. For sakes, man. No relations to St. Patrick's Day or anything, but we still did it simply because, hey, it's the date, so might as well. So yes, just in case you're curious, that's why I did this. It's fine. Though, obviously, I do know that a lot of my viewers also do. Oh, dude! You're the one that... Okay, whatever. Oh, Jesus! I do know that probably a lot of you guys do celebrate Christmas, so if that is the case, I certainly hope that you have a great time with your family, your loved ones, whoever you're celebrating Christmas with, or even if you're celebrating by yourself, hope you have a great time, because, hey, why not? There's also some truth to being able to enjoy your time that's you spend alone and chilling, I get it. I am a reclusive person myself, so I definitely understand the feeling of, hey, I would like to be alone and just chill, All right, so much for getting a first place. Cheers. And I just realized that I never finished my thought as to why I wanted to rank up quickly over here, which I think is kind of obvious, but still. It's because the higher the league you're on, the more of the multiplayer currency that you can get as the reward. So in theory, in the best case scenario, you would like to get to Elite on day 1 so that all of the other 13 days of the multiplayer series, you will be able to get the maximum amount of coins per day, which is actually 600 coins per day. So that means that in 10 days, you will be able to get 6,000. Jesus, you need 100 days to get 60,000. So it really takes a long time to get the currency in order to get even the not so good cars of Class A in that multiplayer shop. But at the end of the day, ooh, did that guy just ring out? Ooh, that's good to me. For me, I mean. Yeah, it takes a long time to get this currency, but at the end of the day, you know, it's something to chase, I suppose. But man, I just wish this multiplayer series was more interesting. First place, lovely stuff. Look at me go. I wanted the first place in the previous track, but no, I got it in China. It's fine. Few players though, interesting. Now, I also realized that I haven't talked at all about the performance of this car. Like I said, this is not a protest, but I suppose it would be good to finish telling you my thoughts on this car. So, the Triion Nemesis, how does it perform in the game, DBT? Well, it is a bit of an odd one because it has some really good drift, like proper good drift. And the handling is nice as well, but the rest of the stats are nothing to write home about. In particular, the nitro is not very good. It's not straight up terrible, but it's certainly you're gonna find yourself having some problems with your nitro duration if you're not being really careful on how you spend it. So you gotta be careful with both triple tap and with perfect nitro. Then when it comes to the acceleration, oh dude, no, he pushed me into the worst route. Jesus Christ. When it comes to the acceleration, this car is not particularly good either. It's not bad. It's not the slowest acceleration in the game or anything, but it certainly is not gonna win you any prizes. So keep that in mind. Still, the fact that this car has a slightly higher top speed than the regular cars in, you know, the Class S cars that are not ultimate makes it for a bit of a funky one, though in practical terms, it doesn't really add too much because at the end of the day, it may have higher top speed, but it has lower nitro. So the average speed that you will be going at is still gonna be very much normal. Oh, you, man. Fine. So yeah, there you have it. That is the Triion Nemesis in a nutshell with a wreck at the end. All right. Again, for all of you guys that do celebrate Christmas, I do hope that you have a fantastic time with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones, whoever you're gonna spend it with. Or like I said, even if you're gonna spend it alone, I hope you have a good time. And for anybody else that doesn't celebrate it, hey, no worries. You know, we're good, we're chill, we're still playing, so why not? Remember that tomorrow on the 25th, I'll be doing my special holiday live stream with some multiplayer of Asphalt 8, Asphalt Legends, and some random games as well, because why not? So check it out. I invite you to join if you have nothing to do. So yes, there it is. But that's all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.